My topic today is going to be something really random again, but I'm feeling inclined and I hope that this will interest somebody out there today. Our subject is the struggle of obtaining anime in the 2000s. I've been pulling away from social media lately, like in terms of just pulling up Instagram and scrolling and all of that. I've kind of backed off from that. So as a replacement, I've been returning to my manga and just kind of reading through those when I'm feeling the urge to scroll through something. And in doing this, I feel like I have revived a part of myself. It's made me really nostalgic, and so I decided to make this video in which we revisit the truth of how freaking rare anime and manga were for a rural teen in the 2000s. So in preparation for this video, I pieced together some old memories and really thought about it so that I could lay it all out for you. Hopefully you'll either be able to relate or you'll get a new perspective or even just get a kick out of this because it's ridiculous. So let's remember the struggle, shall we? Okay, so I'll give a little overview of my anime journey. When I was little, very little, we had the Little Mermaid anime movie. And we had a Cinderella anime movie. Don't know where they came from. They probably came from a yard sale or something like that. But and I didn't know they were anime. I didn't know what anime was. But I remember liking both of those, even though the Little Mermaid was kind of scary. And then in junior high, I had this friend. I really miss her, and I think about her often, and I don't know where she is now. But she was super shy and super awkward and super nerdy, but she was also super rich and had this awesome house. And so I used to come over and spend the night. Oh yeah, and she also had a really awesome punk rock older sister who was in high school. But anyway, so this friend, she was a huge Sailor Moon fan. And since she was rich, she had tapes and costumes and toys and all this Sailor Moon stuff. And I remember her favorite was Sailor Mercury, was Ami, because Ami was shy and nerdy like her. And she used to even order rare tapes off eBay. She would order tapes from Japan and stuff. She had a really cool collection. It was awesome. And she basically taught me everything I needed to know about Sailor Moon. And we would watch it together. And it was really great because I didn't have a way to watch it. Now, Sailor Moon might have been airing on TV at this time, but I didn't have TV. I had an antenna. So this was my first exposure to Sailor Moon. I think she had a pivotal role in my life. And I was really enchanted by Sailor Moon. And I just thank her deeply for influencing me in that way. I wish I could find her, but I can't find her. And I moved away, so it changed everything. So then, let's fast forward to high school. I'm not sure where my anime story picked back up again, but it was probably when we got satellite TV when I was in 10th grade. Approximately 15 years old, approximately year 2003. So we upgraded from our antenna to satellites. This is my first time having TV besides ABC and PBS. And if any of you guys are about my age or were alive then and sentient then, you may remember that there were a couple of channels that played anime. We had Tech TV with their Anime Unleashed segment. Are you freaking out right now because you remember that? Yes. I remember watching Silent Mobius on there. And then we had Cartoon Network. I forgot what they called their anime segment. But Cartoon Network would play adult anime, not just the kid stuff, not Dragon Ball Z and stuff. But also I remember watching Witch Hunter Robin on there. But aside from those, I guess it was Cartoon Network that would play other things like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball Z, and I would just watch any and all of it. Even though it was being aired on TV and I had no idea what was going on because you just turn it on and it's in a random episode in the middle of the season and you don't know what's happening. But I would just watch it all anyway. Okay, so now let's talk about anime on DVD or video. That was a real challenge. There was not I mean, there was shopping online, but it wasn't somewhere your mind went when you were looking for something. You didn't think, oh, I'll just get it online. It really wasn't that widespread. It was more like in its beginning stages. And plus, you're a kid. I mean, what are you going to do? Pull out your credit card and place the order on your computer? No, that wasn't really an option. And that's another thing you have to remember during all this is like, you're a kid. You don't have money. You don't have a car. Like, you don't have a computer. You don't have this stuff. So, where did you buy anime? Now, there were a couple stores in the mall. We didn't have a mall in my town, but we had a mall the next town over. And again, it depends on when you're able to go there. But there were stores like FYE and Suncoast that had anime DVDs. I think we're at DVDs at this time, but DVDs are expensive because they're new. And GameStop, I don't know about all GameStops, but my GameStop carried anime DVDs, a very small selection. But now let's talk about buying them. Affording box sets, if available, was completely out of the question because they were like $100, $200. So then you had to buy single volumes. You had to buy single DVDs. Like this one. But back in those days, this, with its 4 episodes, was $36. So, if you want to get to this, it might take years and hundreds of dollars. And let's talk about another challenge with buying anime DVDs. A lot of times, you simply had to judge an anime by its cover. You didn't have a way to watch it first. You didn't have a way to try it, unless it was one of those that aired on TV. You just had to say, that one looks cute, I'll buy it. That's what happened with Chobits, but luckily, it worked out. However, if there was a manga that you were able to read first, then that was another way you could know what you were buying, but not guaranteed. Now, to further make you feel old, let's talk about when Netflix first started. It was a system in which you could mail order, rent a DVD. So you could order this DVD, they would ship it to you, and you would watch it till you had your fill, and then you would ship it back. And there was anime on there. I thought that was really cool. So my parents let me rent Marmalade Boy. I remember that's how I watched Marmalade Boy. And I remember renting Witch Hunter Robin when they stopped airing it on TV and I couldn't understand why. But that was cool, but I feel like it was either in its beginning stages or it didn't have a lot of anime or there was something that just I don't know. I didn't do much of that. But in terms of watching new animes on DVD, there is another source, Friends. Remember Friends? I'm just kidding. You could borrow discs from your friends. So I remember borrowing this anime called X from my friend. It was really cool. Having anime friends at school really, really helped. Though their specific influences a lot of times are kind of foggy. You know, I'm not sure who showed me what or who let me borrow what. But somewhere along the way, I became aware of the fact that manga exists. And that was probably through my friends. Buying manga was not quite as challenging as buying anime because most bookstores carried them, and you also didn't have to judge a book by its cover necessarily if you were at a store that didn't mind you reading before you buy. But a struggle that I personally had with Peach Girl Change of Heart was I had to wait. I had to wait up, I think it was approximately 6 months in between releases of the new book in English in our stores. So I remember I'd buy Peach Girl 5 and then have to just sit there and wait for 6 months for Peach Girl 6 to come out. But another struggle was if you're missing one book from your collection, let's say you're missing book number 3, and every time you go to the bookstore to find that book in your series, they have all the other books except for book 3. So what the bookstore will carry will have gaps in it. And if your collection has gaps and then their inventory has gaps, there's no guarantee and you don't know when you'll be able to fill that gap. Furthermore, these books are $10 minimum. That's it. And there is no used bookstore at that time. There was no used bookstore. There was no Amazon. There was, but you know what I mean. So you weren't getting a discounted A wasp just landed on my window. You aren't getting a discount in any form or fashion. So if you have a collection of 10 books, that collection is at least $100. It was all expensive. All of it. Not complaining, not saying it shouldn't be expensive, but when you're a child, it's a struggle. And the fact that I did complete my Peach Girl collection, I think there's 18 or 23 books or something like that. That's freaking crazy at $10 a pop. And I'm not trying to brag, but it's just like, that's real devotion. And you saw so many teenagers during that time who were that devoted to a series that they would spend all their money on it. And I wanted to also talk about how this was very hard to attain, you know, and what you would find in the store, especially in terms of buying DVDs, what you would find in the store and what was aired on TV was the most popular stuff. And you couldn't really explore. So for me, I spent a lot more time online reading about animes that I would never get to watch, or reading the anime magazines like New Type and just reading about all these things that I would never get to watch. I would print out pictures from these animes and draw them or put them in my binder, even though I didn't know the characters, I didn't know the show, but I just would read the synopsis and know the names of the characters and stuff, but not actually get to watch or read it. I have a list. I have to see if I can find it. I have a full list that I made. I hand wrote this list of all the animes that I want to watch one day. Some of the struggles of the anime fans of my age, of a certain age, they say, would be, reading your manga out of order because you're missing books, or watching the same 4 episodes over and over because it's the only disc that you have. It was watching this anime on TV, but you have no idea what's happening because you just jumped in right in the middle and it's a very complex story. Oh my gosh, and I almost forgot. One year for my birthday, my mom got me a subscription to Shoujo Beat. So in the mail, I would get this monthly manga magazine that was really cool. That's actually where I first read Nana. Oh my god, and one time my mom went to a yard sale and someone had those manga magazines that were all in Japanese. And she bought them for me, and I would still look through them and try to draw the pictures from them and stuff, even though I had no idea what was happening and no idea what it said or anything. Girl, I was so hungry for some manga and some anime. Whoa, this has been a long video. So, in conclusion, as a young person in a rural area in the 2000s, here are some struggles you might have faced. You don't have a car. You don't have transportation at all. You don't have money. You don't have a bookstore in your immediate area. You don't have a mall in your immediate area. You can't really order online. Girl, you cannot watch anything on demand. That wasn't even an idea yet. And if you did go to the big bookstore, you didn't even know if they would have the book you're looking for. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just reminiscing because we had to work so hard for the things that we loved. The music we wanted to listen to. Oh my god, hold on. That's another thing I used to do. Oh my god, this is so sad to me. Since I couldn't watch things, I would get onto LimeWire or Kazaa, and I would download anime theme songs of the animes that I wished I could watch. And I would listen to these anime theme songs all the time. That is so sad. Anyway, we had to work so hard to obtain that media that we were starving for, whether it was music or movies or TV shows or anime or manga or whatever. It was not easy like it is now. And I'm not saying I wish that I didn't live then, because it made it all so special. And it makes being able to stream anything or buy anything you want, get it shipped to your house in 2 days. It makes that so much more meaningful to me, because I remember a time where I was looking at manga in Japanese. that came from a yard sale. But you know, that's one of the reasons why my Peach Girl collection is so special to me, because I paid for it with my freaking meager allowance. I had to wait in between releases and just work and work and work till I finally had all of it. And like today, in addition to online shopping and instant streaming, like there are a lot of used media stores like Second and Charles where you can buy manga and used anime. Manga is cheap as $3 a book now. Like, it's just crazy. So anyway, we've gone down this memory lane, and I just, you know how I said at the beginning, like I feel like I've revived a part of myself. I have not been immersed in anime or manga that deep for many years. I've been spending a lot more time in the realms of horror and the paranormal and metal. But we do, you know, we've been watching Fruits Basket, we've been watching Sailor Moon the whole way through, like, but we'll just do like one episode a week or something. So it's just like getting back and really diving deep into it has, I don't know, it just like brought back the feelings that I used to have from being in the anime world. Aside from Sailor Moon and Fruits Basket, I watched Maid Sama on Netflix, and I read Paradise Kiss. I reread that manga, and then I watched Paradise Kiss, rereading Peach Girl now, and also now I'm rewatching Ah My Goddess, the like 2005 one. And also, like, hello, trying to get back into it. It seems like things don't necessarily get printed. Okay, so Peach Girl Next is the latest installment in the Peach Girl story. And Peach Girl Next hasn't been printed in English, and the owner, Kodansha Comics or whatever, like, you can get on their website and like request, like, hey, I would like for this to get printed. So I did that, but like there's no guarantee. They don't print everything anymore. Like, that's scary. And I've never tried digital manga, but I think I'm too old, man. That does not sound appealing. But anyway, I think I've talked enough. I hope I conveyed our struggles and my story and my passion properly. I don't know if I even have any anime or manga fans out here on this thingy, but if so, tell me what your favorite is. I'm especially interested in any shoujo recommendations. Anyway, so if you're young, don't take these times for granted, and if you're old, just remember the struggle and laugh, because times are really different now.